So make sure you just believe, because believing also means that you have the faith to walk the talk. And you have to back a lot of that faith and hope you have with not only grace, but also a lot of action. Thank you for joining us this morning. And talking about action, we have so many of it right here on the show. Many discussions we're about to have, but also keeping you on the go about what is happening in Egypt, because we all know that Ghana has been doing so well. Well, we did well in our last game as we played Guinea-Bissau, but we all know that we have to face off with Tunisia on Monday. But before then, there would have been some 3 days of some great action in the next round of the African Cup of Nations before we get to the 1/8 stage, and then subsequently we get to the semi-finals and the final in itself. But what are all your own predictions as our sports team come to bring us the latest highlight as we begin that next round of the African Cup of Nations right today? It will take place not only today, tomorrow, Sunday, and then Ghana, we're going to face Tunisia on that fateful day of Monday. But today, which is a Friday, we'll bring you some great highlights of some great soft conversations that always are dominating your discussion platforms. And through it all, for the next 3 hours, you can get interactive on Facebook, JoyNews on TV, and through our interactive handle on Twitter, JoyNews on TV. I'm talking about Twitter. I have a Twitter handle as well, Roll Walker Ghana. Make sure that you touch base with us and let us know what you think. The British High Commissioner to Ghana, Ian Walker, not a relative of mine, I wouldn't have been here. I would have been in the UK, is about to embark on an adventure. It is a 1,000-kilometer bike ride from not Circle to Kaneshi, but rather to from Tamale to Accra, and that's what it is. Because it will take him through some of the most beautiful sights and serene environment of our country. He had some great conversation with Kojo Yankson. As you can see, I'll just give you a popping into what the sounds and some of the responses from the High Commission.
Different. I want to kind of see people in their communities, and I want to be able to cover some ground as we're going. And I thought, what better way to do that than by bicycle? So we're going to cycle 1,000 kilometres.
I told you, didn't I? And it will be getting to look at, sometimes the mad houses, some of the plush houses, and how some of the communities are dotted along some of the main trunk roads leading not only from Accra to Tamale, but also Tamale to Accra. So please make sure you join the British High Commissioner on that ride, as right here on the show, the AM show, will keep you up to speed with each step of the way. And just on Thursday, 5-time winners, Presec boys based in Legon, they took out one-time champions, Pope John Senior High School, from the National Science and Maths Quiz competition. And Adisadel College and also Pokuwari Senior High School were also victorious in their various contests. And we'll bring you more of the reviews today. We spoke to some of the old students, some of the students themselves who were there to cheer their colleagues on as they perform better or try to struggle in many of those rounds of contests as we witnessed yesterday. And so later today, I'll be on Friday, the big one is at 1 p.m. and it will be between Prempeh College and one of the best girls' schools we have, if not one of the best schools we have in our country, Wesley Girls High School, based in Cape Coast, and Achimota School. So it's a battle of the three. Look, we'll be live right there on the campus of the University of Ghana, and we always have our two-pronged colleagues who are there bringing us some of the best coverage so far. Emefa Jiradosi and Nancy Emefa Jiradosi is going to be live today right here on the show to bring us the latest as to what we should expect on the contest today. So please have it in mind. Prempeh College, Achimota School, Wegehe. What a contest! And please know that the JoyNews coverage of the National Science and Maths Quiz is courtesy Newmont Gold Cup Ghana. So please, if you want some of the best coverage right here on the show, but also our various social media handles. But as we move on the show, later on, we'll have a great conversation with Uncle Ebo White, the playwright and the theater producer. And we all need to know what Roverman is doing to improve our theatre productions and what we also can do as a country. And we'll touch in base on if God says he wants your wife, because that's what we will also unravel on the show as Roverman Production gets set to showcase its latest play, I Want Your Wife. Just think about it. Uncle Ebo White's plays are always one of the best you can ever see live on stage. So make sure that you stay with us. We'll bring you some of the best coverage. But also on the show, the Old Girls Association of Wegehe, that's the Wesley Girls High School, is having a family fun day this Saturday, 6th of July 2019 at the Ifwa Children's Park right here in Accra. Those students of the school will pass through for a drive-by. We'll want to have some great conversations with them, how they're gearing up, how they were able to put together all this, and what they hope to achieve by way of their objectives and all that. And we'll also have Empress Incorporated, the non-denominational choir, which has stolen the hearts of Ghanaians through its beautiful songs and renditions since 2007 when they came onto the scene. And they're poised for yet another edition of their annual flagship event, always titled Absolute Worship. Over the years, Absolute Worship has drawn worshippers from far and near for just one main objective or purpose. And it is all to proclaim Jesus Christ as the Lord and King. And so we'll be hosting them today on the show to get to know what they have by way of some of the best renditions they like to put up in their own compositions for this year's show. Well, I can already see on the poster Akese Brimpong, one of my best local Ghanaian gospel singers. But look, make sure that you're always there. I'm talking about all that you need to look forward to. You need to look forward to the latest dose in sports, the headlines that we have from the African Cup of Nations and around the world, and also the latest news tidbits and review of the newspapers and myjawline.com as we have it right here. We'll wrap up with some great entertainment on the segment AM Showbiz, which is always brought to you by With Purified Water. I keep telling you, well, what you buy with your money as you spend on Awake Purified Water, a fraction of it goes to charity. That is to help the poor and also help the needy in our society. So make sure you contribute to something worthy of a cause. Let's start the news. It's coming up next.